What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk to you about Usha Resources and why this is a stock that everyone should be adding to their watch list, as this sector is going to be exploding in the coming years. So I'm going to go over all the stuff you need to know. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And without further ado, let's get right to it. So there is two tickers at the top left. You can tell Venture and OTC, so USHA and USHAF. So obviously you can kind of pick whether you like the Canadian or the American. But I'm going to be touching mostly on the American OTC stock. But when it comes down to it, what is USHA? So USHA is the next lithium exploration junior poised to capitalize on a explosive market. And for those of you that do watch my channel, you know I cover a lot of EVs, and a lot of the EVs is very much dependent on lithium. So the prices of lithium. So I'm just going to show you this right here. This is the price of lithium right now over the last little bit. So it's been for the most part pretty stagnant. Over a 1 month it has gone up with obviously the demand of EVs. And just showing you this chart right here, this puts it in perspective on basically how the demand for EV vehicles has been over the coming years. Even comparing 2020 to 2021 to 2022 and projected to 2027, there's going to be huge demand for lithium. And there's no better stock out there than a junior stock. And what I mean by that is, if a larger cap company generally starts a new project or something along those lines, it might go up 1-2%, something along those lines. But for instance, if a 11 million market cap company finds and starts a new project, well, this is where you get a lot of explosive growth. So this is why this stock in particular, you really need to add to your watch list. Based on their website, which on a side note, I'll link in the description below, a lot of their news releases is very much good positive things operationally. So a lot of big things such as them tripling the land position to roughly about, I think it was 8,700 square acres. And even here adding a second drilling hole. So operationally, this company is starting to ramp up. I think in general, that's one thing that you really need to watch for in exploration companies. A lot of them are for the most part pretty stagnant, but this company is very, very active and they are very much taking advantage of the demand of lithium. And like I said, just showing you the spot price, it's gone up quite a lot. But in comparison to what the actual demand for EV vehicles is, this spot price is absolutely nothing. So this is where in general, if you find a good stock such as this, you can easily get in early. And so not only is it working fairly well operationally and the underlying business is set to really thrive, but the technicals, like I mentioned as well, small market cap companies generally explode. And over the 2023, for the most part, I think it's been fairly good for a lot of companies. But even looking at USHA and what it's done over the last little bit, this is very much a positive correction. And clearly the market is very much appreciating the actual operational updates that's been going through. So looking back at the last little bit on the, keep in mind, this is a USHA so the OTC stock. OTC stock does have a little bit lower volume, so that's something you need to factor in and be aware of. And typically when it does come down to OTC stocks, it is typically fairly heavily shorted. But what I have found with more exploration companies, as soon as you start to really get good results from a lot of your recent projects, shorts generally take a step back and get out. And in reality, I think it'd be very stupid for anyone to short this sector right here, especially like I mentioned, and I keep bringing up, I am a very big fan of stats. So seeing this stats, this is exactly what you want to find and invest in. But like I mentioned, take a look at their website. It's very informative. It has a lot of their projects such as Lost Basin. I think that was one of the where they added the second line or the second drilling hole in here, but gives you a good overview, the historical work, the geology as well, exploration targets. So it goes over everything that you need to know. I definitely find when it comes down to OTC stocks that any company that does have a good fundamental website is fairly good. And I know that sounds weird, because typically a lot of OTC stocks generally don't have any website at all. They're kind of dormant. A lot of them are just more so pump and dumps. But this company, you have to look at their website, look at their contact, a lot of the details behind the scenes. And this company generally does seem very, very credible. So let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that said, appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on USHA.